This is the first video of the Violin Basics collection. What you just need just now is your violin and your bow and the sound of my voice, and then we'll get started. So once you have your violin, what we will cover in this video is your note names, posture on how you hold the violin, have a look at the bow hold, how we produce a sound on the violin, and some simple rhythms. So what I want you to do first is pick up your violin, and what we're going to have a look at, if you can remember, this bit's called the chin rest, sorry. We've got the chin rest on where our chin will rest on. Then we've got the tailpiece. Now the tailpiece is where the strings the strings are connected to the violin on the tailpiece. Then we've got the bridge, which holds up the strings, and then we've got the long black bit, which is the fingerboard. So what I would like you to do first is place your violin under your chin. So give your collarbone a little bit of a rub, and then just place your violin on top, and then head down, then take your hand away and see how that feels, if it's nice and secure. Then we're going to take the other hand, and we're just going to place our fingers just nice and curved just now, just like this, along just above the strings for just now. And then what we're going to do, take the other hand, and we're going to place our finger just on the lower string just now. The lower string is going to be the one furthest away to your left, so the one that's closest to this thumb here. So the lowest one is G. Then the next one along is D. Next one along is A. And then the highest one is E. So what I would like you to do now is if you take your hand, and we're going to do just hit a few of the strings so you can just hear the difference of the sound and see if you can memorise what the note names are. So what I would like you to do, violin under chin, just have this hand here nice and relaxed and curved. We're going to give thumbs up, and then we're going to take our thumb, turn it upside down, and then place it here on the violin, and then thumb and finger up, and then place the G. So we're ready, so let's have a go together. So 4 open Gs, ready? So 1, 2, 4 open Gs. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Great, let's do it again. So just 4 open Gs, and again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great, well done. So this one is a G, isn't it? So you can hear the difference, it's a lower string. Now we're going to have a go on the D string. So you can either put your finger on the G to move over to D, or if you're feeling happy enough, place your finger on the D string straight away. So let's pluck 4 open Ds. Ready? 3, 4. So D, 2, 3, 4. And wait. 2, then once again. Now D. Then wait. Then let's go to the A. So hop over to the next string now. Ready? 4 open A's. 3, 4. A, 2, 3, 4. Then wait. 2, and once again now. 3, 4. And then last one is on the E, so it's the thinner string, so lightest touch. Ready? 4 open A's, 3, and so 1, 2, 3, 4, and wait. 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Brilliant. So how I remember the string names is that for G, it's going to be called grannies. D is for donuts. A is for R, and E is epic. So how you remember that is grannies, donuts, R, epic. Okay? So what we're going to do now, we're going to pick up our bow and place the violin under the chin, as we've spoken about, and just make sure that we've got this little bit of gap between our arm and our body. So just in between there. Pick up our bow hold, and remember, as I've said, we need to have a nice bent thumb underneath the bow. Then our middle finger is hovering over our thumb, and pinky is sitting on top. What we're going to do is place the bow on the string, and as the bow is straight and the bridge is straight, we can use the bridge as a guide to help us. So if the bow is like that, can you see that it's not straight? So we need to pull the bow so it's like train tracks, so we have 2 straight lines, and what we call that is 2 parallel lines. So you can have the bow starting here. So nice round bow hold, and we're just going to push on a down bow. So we're going to go, then come back on an up bow, and down again, and on an up bow. So let's have a go together. So find nice round bow hold, curved fingers on the left, and we're just going to do a few open Gs. So remember to place the bow on the bridge, and let's have a go. So ready, 3, 4, down bow G, and an up bow, another down bow, and up bow, down bow, up bow, down bow, up bow. Great, let's have a go once again at that. And there's 2 ways that your sound could be sounding just now. If you've got too much pressure, it will sound like this, and the sound's really sticky and heavy, or it can be the other way, that's too light. And if it's too light, the bow just has a mind of its own and will go all over the place. So you need to assess yourself as in your sound and what you think, if you need a little bit more pressure or less pressure. So it should sound like this. So place a bow on the string, check the bow straight, and just go. Okay, so let's have a go on G together. Ready? So standing up nice and tall, violin to the left, a little bit of space between your arm and your body. Nice round fingers. Remember, have a little bit of gap between here. Ready? 4 open Gs. 1, 2, 4 open Gs. And wait, 2 now, once again now. Wait, 2, and 1 more time now. Brilliant, well done. So, what we're going to do now, we're going to move on to the D string. And so if we've got our bow position for the Gs here, what we can just do is move our arm down a little bit and start on the D. Now, with the D, it's really easy to hit the A and the G when you're playing. So what we need to do, we need to have extra control in our bow and just see if we can only hit the D. Because if we have too much pressure, and it'll sound like that. We want to balance the bow, so place the bow on the string and just play 1 note at a time. So let's have a go. So nice round bow hold and place it on the bow, on the string, sorry. So ready, so just open D this time. Ready, 3, 4. So D, very good, another one. 1 more. And let's have another go together this time. So just 1 string at a time. You may have to find that you have to change the position of your bow. So you might have to take your arm up a little bit or down a little bit, depending on what string you're hitting. So open D, so just join in. And remember, if you accidentally hitting the G just now like this, what you need to do is just move your arm down a little bit, so just get the D. But if you're having the other trouble and hitting the A, you just need to take your arm up a little bit. Okay, so let's have 1 more go in D. And let's move on now to the A. So the A is the same way that we've got everything's exactly the same, apart from our arm, we move it down a little bit. So place your bow on D and then just drop your arm a little bit more. So we're on the A, so just check, we've got a nice round bow hold, pinky sitting on top, our middle fingers over that thumb. So let's have a go and open A. Ready? So 3, 4, open A. And if your sound is, if you've got too much weight, it will sound like this. Or if you've got not enough weight, your bow will be jumping and it'll sound a bit funny like that. So make sure you've got about 50% of the bow weight and speed. So that's it, just continue. And remember, if you're hitting a string, if you're hitting the E string with it, and it sounds like this, what you need to do is just take your arm a little bit higher and just go back to only opening. That's it. And then if it's hitting the D now, what we need to do is just move our arm down a little bit so we're back to just the A. And now let's have a look. Last string now is E string, so E. And with the E, we need to make sure we have a nice light sound because it is a high string. So just join in. There we go. So just before we finish up, we're going to play through our open strings. We're going to do 4 open strings in each string, then have 4 silent beats where we'll count to 4. So just before we do that, let's have a little recap. So our lowest string, the one furthest away on our left hand side, is a G. Then we've got the D string, then we have A string, then we've got the E string. And when we're bowing this, then just feel that the arms going out, in, out, and in. Okay, so, and last thing to remember is when we're changing strings, on the G string our arm's highest, then on the D string it's a little bit lower, A string is a little bit lower, and then E string is where it's the lowest. So let's have a go together. So standing up nice and tall, have nice curved fingers here for when we get onto it. Nice round bow hold, bent bow thumb, middle finger hovering over the thumb. Make sure you're nice and comfy, and we're going to place our bow on the G string with a nice high arm. Ready? So play 4 beats after me. So 1, 2, off we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and wait, 2, and do 4 G's one more time now. G, 2, 3, 4, and freeze. Now move over to D. Now 4 open D's. Let's go now. Wait, now 4 more D's. Let's go. Wait, 2. Now we go to the A bow down. 2. Wait, 2, and 1 more time now. Wait, 2. Now on the E now. Wait, 2, and 1 more time. Great, so what you can do is you can either practice alongside this video or just take bits of it and do it separately in your practice before you start. The most important thing is the bow hold, keeping it nice and round with this middle finger over the thumb, and keeping a nice hand shape here. And when we're bowing, just make sure the bow goes out. We want the bow to be bowing close to the bridge, because if you don't have enough pressure, the bow will get carried away and go all up the fingerboard. So we want to always be bowing close to the bridge when we're playing. So we've gone over our how we hold the violin, our bow hold, and our open strings. And so if you come back onto a basics violin lesson 2, we will start to have a little look at different rhythms that we can play on open strings. Okay, now if you've got any questions, just drop me an email or a comment below. Bye for now.